Hello and welcome back. I'm very happy about my first video that I ever made on YouTube. I can't believe I actually did it. I've actually been, for months, I've been sitting there thinking, oh no, should I actually do it? Should I not do it? And I've taken the big plunge and gone and done it. My first goal was actually to get to 20 views in like a month or 2 months, and I got to 30, and I'm very, very happy and blessed. So thank you very much for actually watching and subscribing. And we're going to talk about the professional skills test, the thing that you need to pass to even get on to do the teaching. Now has actually changed from February 2018, so it's a bit more lenient. However, you still need to pass it. But you're now wondering, what is a professional skills test? So you'll be tested on your proficiency in literacy and mathematics, which you're like, oh, I don't really want to actually do this, but when you think about it a bit more, you will need it to actually teach children, because you're teaching the children to be the future leaders of the world. So you need to teach them basic maths and English to even do that. So that's what you're tested on. Luckily, hold on, you're not tested in science, so you're fine. Until that comes, I think it actually used to be one. If it wasn't, scratch it. But if it ever does, previously in the skills test, pre-February 2018, you had to take a literacy and math skills test, and you only had three opportunities to take the test. And if you didn't pass it after the third attempt, you'll be exempt from actually taking the test for 2 years. So literally you could not retake, so thus meaning that you actually couldn't teach couldn't be on a PGC Schools Direct course because you didn't pass it. And that means even if you didn't pass maths and you passed in literacy, you still couldn't do it because you have to pass both. In February 2018, you can now take the test unlimited times now, which is actually great. And that's good. When I read it, I was thinking, oh, only if I had that when I did mine, because I did mine about a year ago now. So, but they recently changed it. So congratulations to everyone. But after the third attempt, you do get charged for every one you do after it. So if you do a fourth attempt, which none of you will get there with advice from me, then you will actually get charged. Previously, you'll get charged after the first attempt. You go on the Department for Education, and then I think there might be a link for you to actually click and then book your place. And it depends on availability for that day as well. So you may not get the day that you specifically want. However, it just depends on availability. In most places, there is quite a lot, but in some places, then you do get there, you will be nervously walking in there like, oh my goodness me, I need to know this, I need to know that, oh no, I need to know my fractions and my decimals and my percentages, or spelling tests, oh how do you spell cucumber, and all those kind of things. When you walk in, you'll walk into the test centre and they will ask for 2 forms of ID. They used to, and I think they still do it, they still need confirmation that you actually have a place at uni, like on the PGC course, so already been accepted. Once you have all that, you need 2 forms of ID. So you need one that has your picture and looks something like you. So my hair now is down, but in my picture, my hair's cane road back, but I still look the same. So something like that, or similar to your picture, and something that has your address on. You need to give, when you give those to them, they look at it, they check that you've been accepted at uni, because you can't, I may be wrong, but I don't think I am, that you need to have a place, as I said before, because it is a confirmation that you're going on to the course, you see. So once you get that, they'll check you in and you sign your name, and they'll say, you've got to be quiet now, you can't say anything as you enter the test centre. Do not say anything, because if you do, you can get disqualified and then you lose out on your place, and no one needs that after the stress of actually revising it. They will tell you to put your stuff in a locker. So you get a little key, you put all your belongings, so any calculator, phone, you have to switch your phone, your bags away, coats away, you put your pens, everything away. So all you will have is basically just what you're wearing. And then you will sit there in the test room. Everyone is silent, and you will see people just clicking away at their screens, and each booth, they have booths, and they have the shield thing up, so no one can actually, not that they were going to really cheat, but you know, you never know what might happen in the world. Once you get in, there's loads of booths, and people are just like going furiously away at their work because they want to get things done quickly and efficiently. Then they will tell you to take a seat. They'll log you into the computer, and you will sit down there and wait. They will say, okay, read the instructions, and they'll give you a pencil and paper, or paper and pen, whichever one. You'll sit down there, you read instructions quite nervously, and then now is your time to go. On your maths, you have 28 questions, and 12 of them are comprised of mental arithmetic, where you will have some seconds to actually answer them within the time, and no, you cannot go back to those ones. So once it's gone, it's gone. Literacy, you'll have a spelling test, a grammar test, punctuation, and comprehension. Spelling test you cannot resit. So once you complete it and you go to the next page, you can't go back to those. On the answering, they do have little icons for them to re-say the word. So just take your time with that one per se, not too long. Make sure to just try and do all of them. How to pass your test the first time, and maybe even if not the first time, then the second time. We're not looking at no thirds with what I'm going to tell you. I did my literacy test. The first thing I went on was the Department for Education. They have excellent starter resources on there. So when you go on there, click the link that says literacy skills test, and they will have like mini tests that you can print off or you can do online. As well, they can give you timed ones so you can get into the flow. I literally went straight in for the timed ones. They give you a temporary password that you have to remember, because they don't give you a new one. You just have to make a new one if you forget it. And then you lose all your tests that you've done so far in your progression. But I went straight in because I thought, oh yeah, easy, I can do it. You know, I can do spellings and grammar. I could do it, which was fine, but I first started off, I was like, ooh, I failed a couple of times on my practice ones. And when I mean a couple, I mean a lot. I brought a book. The book was called How to Pass QTS, Numeracy and Literacy. It's a big, thick book that has over 800 questions in it. I got it from Amazon. I got that and I went through the literacy test. I looked at all the spellings that they had, and I was doing spellings every single day, the grammar, and I looked at all the punctuation. Basically, your punctuation one, they give you a section of writing, and some things that are either not there. So capital letters are not there, or your commas are not there. The brackets need to be there. It's out of 15. This one is comprehension. Now, comprehension is basically looking at a piece of text and analysing it. I went to the test, and I passed first time, which is A-okay. I did quite well. All you really need to do really is practice your spelling. So look at your comprehension, just go on the Department for Education website, print those all off, 'cause I printed them off, and literally just put myself on the time and just wrote things out and did all the punctuation, and I redid them over and over and over again. But you may not need to do it as much and you'll be fine. Now we're gonna go over to the maths. The thing I passed the second time. I did go on the Department for Education website and did the maths. I was very complacent. So I just did, knowing that I haven't done maths in years, I just did the Department for Education. I thought, oh yeah, that'll be fine. I did those and went to the test, got there and I failed. I failed by 3 marks behind the actual test score. And when the man asked me, what did you use? And I said, just Department for Education. He was like, there's other things you should use as well. Because all the Department for Education website is very, very useful. It doesn't give you everything that you need. So what I then did afterwards, because I was like, oh my goodness me, I failed, oh no. And this was at a time that you only had 3 attempts before, and if you failed the 3rd time, you had to wait 2 years. I then found a website called Numeracy Go. It was a life saver. It is £20, it is £20, but they give you 20 tests. And on the Department for Education website, you probably get 4. So on this one you get 20, and they work a lot at different things. So like they look at graphs and fractions and decimals and mental arithmetic. There they give you like a graph, and this will be linked below as well. They give you a graph where you can track your progress. But I went from, they said the pass line is like 18. They said you are not ready for your test until every single one of your tests is above the 18 pass mark. So when I first started, I was like, oh no. I was going below 18, I got 16 and 15, and then I got 21, and I got 15, and I got, yeah. So it was going up and down. So I did Numeracy Go, and every single one at one point was above, and I was like, yes, I can do it. So then what I also did as well, I went online, went on Google, and I typed in numeracy tests. I got all the free ones, and I was just doing loads and loads and loads of them. For many people, you really don't need to do that. You can literally just go on Numeracy Go and do that. It is a paid service. If you can't afford to do so, or at the time your fees are just not applicable, there is a YouTube called GA Numerical. Now, they are excellent as well, but I found them a bit hard personally for me at the time because my maths was kind of... So I found it quite difficult to do, so that's why I went to Numeracy Go. However, GA Numerical is amazing as well. So they are a free service on YouTube that you can go and look at. Please go and look at that. One book that I already talked about how to pass QTS, literacy and mathematics. I bought 3 books overall, and I used 2 of them. Here are the top tips for actually passing the first or second time. Number 1, you're going to be nervous. Allow yourself to be nervous, okay? End of the day is a test. All tests make people nervous. For those of you out there that don't get nervous with tests, message me down below and tell me how you do it. I need it. Okay? The second thing is to work hard, okay? Don't just be complacent with going on department education. Explore different things. Type in Google. If you can't afford to buy the books or to buy the subscriptions as like Numeracy Go, go on the internet and type in numeracy skills test or literacy skills test. There are so many out there that are free, or just type in mathematics tests and you can go through those. 3. Don't book your test too early. Take your time. If you're not ready, don't rush. Take your time. Because the worst thing to do is to rush it, fail it so many times, and then get really either angry or really stressed that you cannot pass it. 4. Know when you need to take them. Don't take them so close to your deadline, because universities, at my time, which was just a year ago, they had a deadline. They said you need to pass your skills test by January the 22nd. So then don't leave your test to January the 21st, because if you don't pass it, you're going to be very stressed that you might not get to rebook your test for the next day. So do it within plenty of time. Number 5. You will be fine. Trust me, you will be fine. You'll look at the time and be like, wait, did I finish? You will walk out, and I'll tell you per experience, I walked out my maths and I was like, oh my goodness me, I was shaking, quivering. You sit in the waiting room and you just sit there quietly, and then someone comes in with a piece of paper and they show you, and you say you passed. I dropped to my knees. I know over exaggerating. I dropped to my knees. I was like, oh my goodness. Because all that hard work you put in is rewarding. Trust me, you'll get there. Then you get into the PGCE course and you'll be like, well, that was easy in comparison to what I actually have to do here. Those are my 5 tips. Trust me. And when you do it, please come back and tell me that you passed. Or if you haven't, and I can give, if you have it, write in the comments and I will definitely reply back, and I can give you some resources. I can even send you a book or 2 because I have them and I don't ever need to use them now. So if you would like one, tell me and I can send it over. But anyway, good luck. You'll be fine. You do now have unlimited time, so lucky you. Oh, last point. When you are doing the tests, okay, especially when it comes to maths, they say the question once, and then they give you the seconds after to reply to. They repeat the question twice. When it comes to the first time, literally what you need to do is to jot down your notes, okay? So if it says, John has 48 balloons, so you write down 48 balloons. He gave 2 of them, or whatever it is. He gave 2 of them to John, and you write divided by 2 balloons. So you write down all the things, you listen to the questions, that you have everything there. Then when it comes to the second time, don't really listen to the person questioning. This is a time for you to be jotting down your notes and doing your problems. Then you start typing in the box after, okay? If I passed it with not doing maths in years, you will definitely pass it. Please do check out my previous video. If you haven't watched yet, subscribe and comment, and I shall see you. And like as well. Don't go past without liking it. I'll wait for you. Okay, thank you. And I shall see you in the next one.